Welcome to JezFit. Today I just want to talk about the things relating to Coach Kolton and Greg Doucette. I feel like if Coach Kolton needs these supplements, extra supplements to keep him going, that's fine. I don't condone taking them, and I feel like that's what Greg is trying to say with this being about that Coach Kolton is taking far more than he needs for these extra supplements. As I'm only saying this just because I am a fan of both channels. So, and it's a bit disconcerting when somebody, two very well-known fitness influencers, are talking about having beef, even though Coach Kolton said at the beginning of his last video that they weren't having beef, they were on cool terms and stuff like that. So, but still, at the end of the day, Greg Doucette's not wrong, but also Coach Kolton has the right to question Greg Doucette, and I think Greg sort of took it as a bit of an insult, and I'm not the one to say that it was taken out of proportion, but at the end of the day, again, I'm going to explain this very clearly. At the end of the day, he's an adult. He's allowed to take the supplements that he wants to take, whether Greg thinks otherwise. And I like the fact that Coach Kolton came out with a video and said, this is what I'm taking. Of course, I don't condone it, but I respect the fact that he came out and told his cycle, and that the fact that he said these are recommended by his doctor makes it a bit more legitimate than just, here, I'm taking these extra supplements because I want to. And he sort of said these are registered by a doctor. The doctor has the discretion. The doctor has the discretion to lower the dose, but he hasn't. Is another way of saying, look, I'm legitimizing this, and not to say that you should be taking anything, but whether it's the laundry list of extra supplements that Coach Kolton's taking, and I agree 100% with Greg Doucette that he shouldn't be taking them or lowering the doses. Ideally, he shouldn't be taking them at all, but I get Greg's point. But also, Coach Kolton has a right to say, look, I'm allowed to take this stuff. This is registered by a doctor, and he said this is good for me if I want to have a long and healthy life in the future. So I don't think Greg Doucette making a video on it was the right way to go about it. If you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I understand Greg's response completely, but also, if you want to move, I just think that they should just put this under the rug and move on. And they sound like they get along, so it's not like me telling you one thing, and I'm trying to be diplomatic here by saying, look, this is how Greg's seen it, this is how Coach Kolton's seen it. Both of them are not wrong. And Greg's not wrong, Coach Kolton's not wrong. I'm just giving an extra perspective of saying that I'm just trying to be the middleman and be a middle voice and say, look, they're both right. And I'm not one here to judge, but I feel like Greg Doucette should never have commented on Coach Kolton's cycle in the first place. Even if it was leaked, that's private and confidential information. So, enough ranting for me. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you next one.